What made you go on your villain arc? When my daughter Amy came home crying from school telling me that her teacher hit her, I knew my life would never be the same. I was a single dad raising my 8-year-old daughter after her mom passed away from cancer, and Amy was the sweetest kid you'd ever meet. She loved art class and would always show me her drawings with the biggest smile. But that day, she came home with her sketchbook torn in half. Through tears, she told me her art teacher, Ms. Bennett, had grabbed her wrist so hard it left marks, then ripped up her drawing in front of the whole class. When I asked why, Amy said it was because she drew a picture of her mom instead of the fruit bowl they were supposed to paint. I immediately emailed the principal and requested a meeting. The next morning, I sat in his office with Ms. Bennett, who completely denied everything. She claimed Amy was disruptive and made up stories for attention because she missed her mom. The principal just nodded along, clearly taking the teacher's side. I was furious but kept my cool, asking to see the classroom security footage. The principal claimed the cameras in that room had been under maintenance that day. Right then, I knew something was off. The way Ms. Bennett smirked when he said that made my blood boil. Later that week, Amy came home with a black eye. She said she fell during recess, but I could tell she was terrified to tell me the truth. That night, while tucking her in, she finally broke down. Ms. Bennett had been abusing other kids too, pushing them, calling them stupid, locking them in the supply closet as punishment. The other teachers knew but kept quiet because she was the principal's sister-in-law. I started documenting everything. I bought Amy a small voice recorder disguised as a unicorn keychain and told her to keep it on during class. Within a week, I had recordings of Ms. Bennett screaming at kids, making fun of a boy with a stutter, and threatening to fail anyone who snitched. But when I took the recordings to the school board, they brushed me off, said the audio could have been manipulated. That's when I remembered my old college buddy worked as a journalist at the local news station. I gave him copies of everything: the recordings, photos of Amy's bruises, medical reports, and statements I'd collected from other parents whose kids were too scared to speak up. Then I waited. The story broke on a Monday morning. By Tuesday, the footage from Amy's broken classroom camera mysteriously surfaced, leaked by someone inside the school. It showed everything: Ms. Bennett's abuse, the principal coming in to help cover it up, all of it. The scandal blew up. Parents were protesting outside the school. Both Ms. Bennett and the principal were fired and faced criminal charges. The school board members who ignored us resigned in disgrace. But I wasn't done. I hired a private investigator who dug up years of similar complaints from Ms. Bennett's previous schools, all buried by her brother-in-law's connections. We exposed everything. The final nail in the coffin? I used my entire savings to help other affected families sue the school district. The lawsuit forced them to install cameras in every classroom and create an independent review board for abuse allegations. Ms. Bennett lost her teaching license, and her husband divorced her after the scandal. The principal had to sell his house to pay legal fees. Their whole corrupt little system came crashing down. Last week, Amy came home excited to show me her latest art project, a superhero she drew, fighting bad guys who hurt kids. Her new teacher had given her an A+ and hung it on the classroom wall.